You ever have one of those moments where you're just minding your own damn business, trying to live your life, and someone comes out of nowhere like they're the sheriff of the whole damn world? That's exactly what happened to me. Picture this. I roll out one morning, ready to take my dog for a walk, and I see my wheelchair ramp, the one I saved for and had built legally, lying in pieces on my front lawn. And standing over it? Karen, HOA president, arms crossed, smug as hell. That's when I knew I wasn't just dealing with a neighbor, I was dealing with a battle. My name's Marcus. I'm a 38-year-old Army vet, black man, proud homeowner. Been living in this suburban neighborhood in Georgia for 4 years now. I bought this house with my own money, got it fixed up, made it accessible because, yeah, after I got hurt overseas, my legs don't work like they used to. But that doesn't stop me. I got a good job working remote. I volunteer at the VA, and I keep my place neat, which is more than I can say for some folks on this block. The ramp? It wasn't some thrown-together thing. I went through the county, got the permits, paid a licensed contractor. The thing was solid, clean, matched my house. Honestly, you wouldn't even notice it unless you were looking for something to complain about. And that's where Karen comes in. She's the HOA president, newly elected, because the last one moved to Florida or something. She's got this energy like she thinks she's saving the neighborhood from ruin, but really, she's just up in everybody's business. First time I met her, she gave me this fake smile, said, "Oh, it's so nice to have diversity in our community." Yeah, that kind of person. She started off small comments about my grass being a quarter-inch too long, my trash cans being out 10 minutes early. Whatever. I didn't care. But then she saw the ramp. A week before Rampage dawned, she actually left a note taped to my front door. It was all typed up official, looking like she's got a law degree. "Your unauthorized structure violates HOA aesthetic standards. Please remove it within 48 hours or face penalties." I laughed. Like, really laughed. Because I knew, and here's the kicker, I knew the Fair Housing Act and the Americans with Disabilities Act back to front. I teach workshops at the VA about this stuff. I called the county inspector. He came out, looked at the permit, shook my hand, and said, "You're good, sir." I figured that was that. I even sent Karen a copy of the permit and the law with a little note, "For your records. Let's not waste each other's time." But nah, Karen wasn't done. She must have thought she could bulldoze over me the way she did the young couple down the block who had that swing set for their kid. So here we are, morning of destruction. I come out, and she's got 2 guys from some sketchy landscaping crew she must have paid under the table, and they're hauling off what's left of my ramp. She actually says to me, "This is for the good of the community. It's a liability. Lady, I'm the one who needed that ramp, and I'm the one who paid for it." My blood pressure was spiking, but I kept it cool. I just looked at her, smiled, and said, "Okay, you sure about this?" She rolled her eyes like I was some kid she was scolding. I went back inside, dialed my lawyer. Yep, I've got one on retainer, because life teaches you to stay ready. I sent over the photos, the permits, the HOA letters, and then I made another call to a friend at the local news station. He owed me a favor, and this was the kind of petty drama that got clicks. Meanwhile, Karen's strutting around like she won some prize. She even posted on the HOA Facebook group, "We are keeping our community beautiful and safe. Thank you for your cooperation." The comments started pouring in, a mix of confused neighbors and her little fan club clapping like seals. Here's where it gets spicy. 2 days later, I get a notice not from the HOA but from the county. Turns out, Karen never got permission to remove the ramp. Even she has to file permits to do work on someone else's property. Go figure. So now she's facing a fine for unpermitted demolition and, wait for it, potential charges for violating disability rights. Because my lawyer? He's not playing. We filed a complaint with HUD and the DOJ. Oh, and a civil suit for damages. You'd think that'd be enough. But nah. Karen tried to rally the board behind her. Called an emergency meeting. I didn't have to. My neighbor, Luis, the guy nobody ever notices because he keeps to himself, turns out he's a lawyer too. And he hates HOA nonsense. He shows up at the meeting, drops the law books on the table, and basically tells them if they back Karen, they're all liable too. I wish I'd seen it. By the time I came out that evening, Karen's Facebook posts had been deleted. She stopped making her little rounds. And wouldn't you know it, a brand new ramp was getting built this time, courtesy of Karen herself. Well, her checkbook anyway. Part of the settlement my lawyer worked out. She also had to cover my legal fees and make a public apology, which she tried to make all sweet and neighborly, but you could see it was eating her up inside. The cherry on top? Remember that local news guy? He ran the story. HOA president tears down disabled veterans ramp, gets schooled on federal law. It went kinda viral. Couple 100,000 views. In the HOA they held a vote a month later. Karen got booted off the board. Look, I don't tell this story to brag. Honestly, I hate that it even had to get that far. All I wanted was to be left alone to live my life. But here's the thing. People like Karen count on you not knowing your rights. They count on you backing down because it's easier. And sometimes, yeah, you gotta pick your battles. But other times, you fight. And you fight smart. What do you think? Was I right to go all the way with this? Or should I have tried to settle it quietly? Drop a comment below. Thanks for listening to my story, and if you've got HOA drama of your own, I'd love to hear it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next wild tale.